just get out of the way of the shot, you'll see a really good example of what is known as pioneering. If I just get away, see the shot of that gateway behind. Can you see that? Everybody on the screen? There's lots of very creative things you can do. One of the things pioneering can do is help to build tables and furniture, and also just nice to build a blooming great big tower. So we're going to have a little session on pioneering and how you might, construct some things at home. It's quite easy once you know the very basic knots and lashings to enable you to do that safely.
That's the perfect place for me to pick it up.
Okay, lovely.
I'll start with just a little bit of terminology that I'm going to be using for this. Okay, so when we're doing knots and lashings, we talk about rope having different parts. So it'll have a working end, which will be this end here.
Right.
And that's the end. That's literally the end I'm going to be working with. And it has a standing end, which could be attached to something else, or it is the bit you're not usually using.
Right.
And I'm probably going to use a couple of terms in this. One would be making a loop. That's when you twist the rope over so that it crosses over itself. Hopefully you can see that. Making a byte, which is when you twist it around in such a way that it doesn't cross over.
Right.
So I'm going to start with the clove hitch, which is the basic knot for most pioneering. Clove hitch is used for securely tying a rope or to a pole or anything, whatever, something you're going to be wrapping a rope to.
Yeah, a bit of an anchoring knot.
In case I've got a cane, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to be attaching this rope to it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
To start off with, I go completely all the way around the pole, okay? And you should be able to see there, I've crossed it over. So it goes around the pole once and then crosses over. And then we tuck it under where it came from. So it goes under where it crossed over.
Right, okay, got you.
And the standing end and the working end are now working together. They're together in the middle of the knot.
Yeah.
So when you pull it tight, it makes a nice secure knot on connection to the pole. So for most lashings, that's a start and end to your lashing. So we're going to start with a basic lashing, the square lashing. It's pretty fundamental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this shape is the kind of shape you're making with a square lashing. You're making a square shape. You just got to change ropes, because I use this rope so you could see it clearly, but it's not brilliant rope for making a lashing on this scale. Yeah, so I'll use this opportunity to show you again the clove hitch. So you go around the pole.
Once you know how to do it, of course.
Cross over. So it goes underneath itself where it crossed over. Imagine the knot is going over the top of the top pole, because that's kind of what it is doing. Then you're going to go under the other pole, over the top of the first pole on the far side, and then under the second pole again. Okay?
Yeah, got you.
So that does that kind of, and you do that kind of neatly, because a neat knot is a tight knot as well. So you then carry on that pattern going round, and yeah, you do it tightly into the poles. And when you go around the second time, you go around the outside of your first wrapping. I should say the movement we're doing at the moment, the section of the knot we're doing at the moment, is called the wrappings. So we do the wrappings 3 times. So it's just over and under the poles, always going the same way around the poles.
I remember that.
So you never cross over. This is the last time round to make 3.
So that's 3 times the wrappings round, in and out 3 times round.
So after completing 3 turns round, I'm going to go on to do what's called the thrapping turns. So that's where you're going to go 3 times again, but it's between the poles. So you go under, I take it under the first pole and then bring it around in between the poles. Always pulling it tight as you go. Really important at this stage, because this is your last chance to get it tight. Yeah. You can get a lot of tension into a knot. Yeah, you can save a bad lashing with a good thrapping.
And always best to use natural rope as well, I'll be honest, because it gets taut when weather comes in.
So you go round in between the 2 poles, and you do this 3 or 4 times. So you finish off with another clove hitch, it's usual to do that on the pole that you didn't start on. Just again allows for a neater, stronger knot. The important thing is to not lose tension as you do this. It's very easy to lose the tension as you do the final clay pitch. It's very important to keep it tight.
Yeah, that's my experience.
If you don't keep it tight, then you've not done the job. It's not going to do what it's meant to.
And you end up repeating everything you've just done.
That's your square lashing. Your very basic lashing. That's just basic. It's the basic fundamental of most structures.
Thanks, Phil. That's absolutely great. And this is only just one thing you can do in a camping situation or in the outdoors. There are loads and loads and loads of other activities.